Shanti, 17th August 2023, Baapdada Sakar Murli. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, you do not have to say anything with your mouth. Just constantly remember the one Father with a true heart. The Lord is pleased with those who have honest hearts. Question: which manners are the best? Which divine manners do you have to imbibe? Answer: the best manners are to remain constantly cheerful. TTs remain constantly cheerful, they never laugh loudly. To laugh loudly is also a vice. You children should remain in the incognito happiness of remembrance. The sanskars of familiarity also causes a great deal of damage. In order to be successful in doing service, you have to have an attitude that is free from attraction. There should not be the slightest odor of being trapped by anyone's name or form. You have to have a very clean intellect. Your face remains cheerful when you have imbibed these things and you do service and make others similar to yourself. Song. Neither will he be separated from us, nor will we experience sorrow. Om Shanti. You children understand number-wise according to your efforts. It is said that the Lord is pleased with those who have honest hearts. The heart too is within the soul, is not? Therefore, remember the true Lord and you will receive happiness. Remembrance means to remember the Father internally. Chant the name of the Lord. To chant does not mean that you have to continue to say something. No. Just continue to have remembrance and you will receive a great deal of happiness. You also have to make others similar to yourself. It is very easy to explain to others. Just as a truly faithful wife does not love anyone except her husband, in the same way you souls have to remember the unlimited Father from beyond with honest hearts. It is just as a lover and beloved love each other. They are attracted to each other's name and form. It is not a question of whys. The lover remembers the beloved and the beloved remembers the lover. That's all. Their intellects are not drawn anywhere else. Even though they are engaged in their business, etc., their hearts are connected to each other. That is pure remembrance. Their bodies and intellects do not become impure. Such souls are also praised, but there are very few of them. Even in this knowledge, there are very few such true lovers. Maya is such that she gets hold of you by the nose. The example of Angad has been given. Ravan said, see if he can be shaken or not. Maya tries to make the powerful Maharathis fall. Just as a mouse blows on you and then bites you in such a way that you don't even feel it, in the same way, Maya is so powerful that if anyone behaves badly and unlawful, she locks that one's intellect in an incognito way. You need a deep intellect to understand these things. You have to practice remembering Baba a great deal. There has to be full love for the Father. You have to do service without becoming attracted. No matter how good some child may be, you must not become trapped in his name or form. It would cause a great deal of damage. The Father says, consider yourselves to be bodiless souls and remember me. Keep yourselves very clean and pure. You belong to Shiv Baba and he is making you clean and pure. You have to remove the vices from within you. Your very name is Shiv Shaktis. You receive power from the Almighty Authority. Therefore, you have to have very good yoga with Him. The Father says, to have constant remembrance is not like going to your auntie's home. So much effort is made to stay in remembrance at the time of eating, yet he is still forgotten. While eating, a great deal of effort is made to remember the Father the whole time. As he is our beloved, why should we not eat in remembrance of him? He would then say with us, However, remembrance is still forgotten again and again. Even on the path of devotion, the intellect continues to wander in different directions. These things are aspects of this knowledge. Some children are also not able to understand these aspects properly and are still crawling on the floor. If your yoga were to be constant, it would be understood that your karmatita stage is coming close. However, remembrance doesn't remain and so a great battle takes place within. Baba sees that there are many of you whose intellects wander. It takes effort for them to become bodiless. There are very few who speak the truth. They are too ashamed to speak the truth. Maya is very powerful. She doesn't take long to scalp you. You shouldn't say, we are his children anyway. You have also been shown methods. Firstly, you have to reach your karmatita stage and then a status is received. Number wise. Baba knows that Maya harasses the children a great deal. She doesn't allow remembrance to remain. It has been observed from the stages of many that they become trapped in someone's name and form. You have to practice considering yourselves to be bodiless because for a very long time you have not considered yourselves to be bodiless. In the golden age, you will have the full knowledge that you are souls and that you have to shed your old costumes and take new ones. You also receive a vision at that time. Whether you have a vision in a practical way or invisibly just through feelings, you will understand that the lifespan of that body is about to end. When someone is about to die, he says, I feel that I am about to die. I am unable to live any longer. There, when your body has become old, you will understand that you have to shed it. They shed their bodies happily when it is their time. They have full knowledge of souls, but they don't have the slightest knowledge of the Father because that is not in the drama. Why should you remember the Father there? There would be no need. Here, human beings in sorrow remember Him, whereas you have to consider yourselves to be souls and have yoga with the Father. These bodies are old. You should have total dislike for them. No matter how beautiful someone's body may be, everyone is ugly because, according to the law, every soul has become ugly. This is something for your intellects to understand. Therefore, the Father explains, let your intellect's yoke be connected to the One. Just as people have love marriages, so this is also a love marriage for you souls. There will then be no love for those bodies. If there isn't love for your own body, why should there be love for the bodies of others? Everything in the world functions on the basis of beauty. Some couples get engaged without seeing each other. Then, when they do see each other, they don't like each other and there is quarreling and fighting. What would I do with money? I want someone beautiful. You understand that you are souls. You should have no attachment to your old bodies. All of those relationships are vicious. Your things are different from those of the people of the world outside. You ugly souls have now become engaged to the beautiful traveler. You understand that every soul in this world has become totally ugly. Make your soul beautiful by forging a connection with the beautiful one. The one traveler makes you multi-million times beautiful. Very good yoga is needed in order for you ugly souls to be made beautiful. If you remain ugly, you will firstly have to experience punishment and secondly, your status will be destroyed. Here, you must not get caught by the name or form of anyone. A great deal of disservice takes place when that happens. This is why Baba says, remain cautious. You get caught in the web of Maya and yet you don't understand. That destiny will not leave you. You destroy your own status. The Father says, with the power of yoga you have to make your souls pure. This is a furnace, bhatti. Have yoga with the Father. However, If your intellects wander elsewhere, your remembrance becomes adulterated. Then neither will you be able to do service nor will you claim a high status. Alloy can only be removed with the fire of yoga. If you have yoga, this knowledge will also remain in your intellects. Baba is Roop, the embodiment of yoga, and also Basant, the one who showers knowledge. The more you children become Roop, the embodiment of yoga, the more you will be able to imbibe the knowledge. Firstly, souls have to be made pure. You continue to speak of yoga, but even among yourselves, there are many who don't understand the meaning of yoga. You cannot purify yourself or Bharat without having yoga. Even though you do service in open centers, Maya catches hold of you by your nose. Some become arrogant and say that they have opened these many centers. They become body conscious. The Father explains, consider yourselves to be souls and have yoga with the Father. No sinful action should take place. If you forget Baba and then become trapped in someone's name or form, a great deal of damage is caused. The destination is very high. It is not a small thing to become a master of the world. The Father is praised a great deal. Many temples are built in His name. You know who built the Somnath temple and when he built it. Temples too are built number-wise. After the Somnath temple was built, the Lakshmi and Narayan temple was built, and then the Jagadamba temple. Human beings don't know who created the temple to Somnath. God is the incorporeal. Although worshippers of the incorporeal worship incorporeal Shiva, they don't understand anything. You children are also number-wise. Day and night you should be concerned about doing service. Only when you stop being body conscious and become soul conscious will you have this concern. Have full yoga with the Father. To have total regard for Him is not like going to your auntie's home. The evil spirit of Maya breaks your yoga. Only the Father knows these things. There are some who are so sensitive that if they are told anything, they become upset and quickly become traitors. They then destroy their own fortunes. When they come to Baba, they become amazed. They belong to him and then run away and begin to do disservice. It is also mentioned in the Bhagavad that whilst drinking nectar, some became traitors and caused harm. The Father has great concern because so and so is weak and can become a traitor at any time and cause harm. It has been seen how some become traitors and create a lot of harm, and then innocent ones are beaten a great deal. Are there assaults in other spiritual gatherings? Here, the first aspect is of renouncing poison. Some don't renounce it at all. People say that so and so has left for the heavenly abode, but no one knows where heaven is. It is as though they just speak without knowing the meaning of what they say. You have now received so much understanding. The Father knows who the good flowers are. There are some who don't have any order or being trapped in anyone's name or form. They have no other interest apart from this knowledge. You also have to have accurate yoga. Although some are already ugly, they become even more ugly. Within this army, there is an army of elephants, lions and lionesses, and also stallions and mares. There is also a flock of sheep. There are all types. It is understood from the activity of some that they are goats. They don't understand anything. Nothing sits in their intellects. Their intellects are like the intellect of a buffalo. The Father explains in such an easy way that you are souls. Are you not able to remember the unlimited Father? O souls, remove your intellect's yoke from everywhere else and remember me. Are you not able to remember me? You remember your friends and relatives, etc. So what's so difficult about remembering me? Some say, Baba, Maya breaks my intellect's yoke. Then you will lose your inheritance. If your intellect's yoke is forced completely, you will become the masters of the world. How can the Father ever be forgotten? It is only when you become body conscious that you forget Him. You are repeatedly told to consider yourselves to be souls and to remember the Father constantly. You don't have to chant. You don't need to make a sound. You have to go beyond sound. You come into body's consciousness when you say Ram, Ram with your mouths. Remember the Father internally. You simply have to take the support of your organs and remember that you are souls. Remain in silence and remember the Father. Baba is the ocean of knowledge. He is knowledgeful. He has full knowledge and he also teaches you. By remembering the Father, you will become pure and will receive a holy crown. Hello. Then, by knowing the cycle of the world, you will receive a crown studded with jewels. You will become those with double crowns. It is by having remembrance that your sins will be absolved. Otherwise, you will be punished by Dharamraj and your status will be destroyed. Therefore, remember the Father. Your happiness has to be incognito. You should not laugh loudly. Lakshmi and Narayan are called cheerful. To be cheerful and to laugh are two different things. There is incognito happiness in remaining cheerful. It is bad to laugh loudly. It's best to remain cheerful. To laugh loudly is also a form of vice and that vice too should not remain. Happiness should be visible on your faces. That will be visible when you make others similar to yourselves. Do service and more service. As soon as you are given service to do, you should run, nothing else. You children do service in order to transform thorns into buds. Baba continues to give you children very good points. You have to have the faith that it is the Baba who is saying these things. This one also says, don't praise me. All the praise belongs to Shiv Baba. By remembering him, you will become completely conquerors of sin. It is a very easy thing. Remember Baba and spin the discourse of self-realization. It is at the end that you become complete spinners of the discourse of self-realization number-wise. Acha. To the sweetest beloved long lost in our fond children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Baapdada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children in return to the spiritual father says good morning, namaste, namaste, namaste. Thank you so much, Baba. Essence for Dharana. Point number 1. Create a method to keep the Father with you. Stay in remembrance at meal times. Practice becoming bodiless. Do not love your old body. Point number 2. Have total regard for the Father. Don't be arrogant. Always stay far away from any illness of becoming trapped in someone's name or form. Stay intoxicated with this knowledge and yoga. Blessing. May you experience your confidence age self-sovereignty by handling over everything to the Father and have a right to an imperishable tilak of the kingdom. May you experience your confidence age self-sovereignty by handling over everything to the Father and have a right to an imperishable tilak of the kingdom. Explanation to this: nowadays, authority is received by donating wealth or from votes, but the Father himself has given you children tilaks of self-sovereignty. Being a carefree emperor is such a good stage. When you have handed over everything to the Father, who would then be concerned? The Father. However, let it not be that you have kept a little of your authority or your own dictates hidden away somewhere. If you follow Srimad, you have handed everything to the Father. Such children who hand over everything to the Father with their hearts are double-light, and they claim a right to an imperishable tilak of sovereignty. Slogan: let each version of yours be an elevated version. Let no word go to waste and you will then be called a master Satguru. Let each version of yours be an elevated version. Let no word go to waste and you will then be called a master Satguru. Acha. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.